Well, it looks like we're live. Whoop, lost what I was looking at. Like we're live in Steam. Yeah. This is Town Dog, and I'm back. I'll just take a few minutes here before I start and set something up. I'll be ready to go. We'll do a little short flight in Flight Sim 2020 in my little Cessna, leaving a little town here in Tennessee and going to another one. We'll be flying just in a few minutes. Give me a minute to get everything ready. Okay, I believe we're ready. Ready to start. This is Town Dog, and I'm back in another little flight here and across the edge of Tennessee here. I'm starting at a little airport where I like flying into in simulator, but I guess I should have went there. It's close enough I should drive up there and look at it. Something I've never actually been there, I don't think. I've lived in Memphis a while. This is outside on the edge of Memphis. It's a little place called Shoemaker Airport, and it's on the Shelby Forest State Park. That's where it's at, and that's where I'll be leaving out from. I got to sitting here. Look like me, a lady going to do the driving today, and I don't know about that now. We got to go along with it, I guess. But I'm not real happy about this one. Anyway, we're gonna try to fly here. We got to get a little fuel this thing. I meant to make sure it was empty. I did. It's probably got to have a tank, but I'm gonna add a little anyway. I had a little trouble getting OBS to work because something I don't know changed. It was picking up the channels different. It picked up my voice twice, and I had to make some changes. I found a way. I think I got it where it's only doing right. It sounded like it about right, so I called it good. Now I'm going to start this plane up if I can. Let's get inside the plane and see if we can get it started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the fuel. The fuel handle says it's right. We got a little valve right here. We got to close that. Let's turn on some electricity inside the cabin here. Yeah, that's running. Okay, pressure coming up. The vacuum. Set the little horizon up here right. Waiting on the autopilot to take over. I didn't turn it on. I guess it was already left on. It's on. I didn't turn it on. Must have been left on a while ago. Alright, I'm going to turn on that one. I'm going to turn this one on right here for a pull out. And I'm going to turn on taxi lights. And that's about everything else that I got here. I'm going to leave the landing lights off for now. I need a little more light on the panel. I like the lid a little better than that if I can. Let's see what that right there does. That ought to be like the background on the gauges too. Hey, I lose it when I go down there. The sunlight's the time of day. I don't even check the time of day. I've checked it several times today, but not this time. Now that'll take care of it. Now the sun won't take it away from me. Looks like it's pretty late in the day. Sure would hate to get her and not be able to see how to land. But anyway, we're going to go from Shelby Forest State Park over to Savannah, Tennessee. It's Savannah, Hardin County, KGN or KFCNH is his code on it. It's got an ADF. I haven't used an ADF this machine yet either. I got to figure that out. But it's got an ADF 473, and it's got runway 1 and 19. 19's got an ILS. ILS was 10830, and the course on it is 186. The altitude of the airport, I wrote it down somewhere. Oh yeah, I read the wrong thing while ago on that ADF. Where to put the ADF's up yonder? Or what I read was wrong. I read the ADF is 346.0, and the altitude is 473. I had them mixed up. Here we go. Keep it up. I've been landed somewhere upside down. Let's see if we can get some fuel in this thing. Right quick. Turn the brakes loose, and fuel's right to my left. I said turn the brakes loose, but apparently they didn't let go. Whoa, what thing? Alright, yeah, I was right. It put a half a tank in, which I while ago I had down to about an eighth, but I had to go out to get this system started. The time I did that, it filled the plane back to a half when I come back in. Anyway, that's fueled up now. I notice I ain't got a yoke on there, but that's because you can remove the yokes in this system like it right there, and you can't see the button with the yoke on it, so I have to remove it. So we just do that right now. Anyway, let's back this thing out here now if we can. Had a little trouble with that once today too, but I figured it out. I had played semi-X up, they wouldn't let the two work together. So we're gonna try to back out of here. Here we go right here. Back up enough we can turn this thing around without running over anything. That should do it right there, I would think. Alright, let's see if we can turn this thing around this way right here. Cover off the pavement. Yep. I got water there, but not do that. Let's back up a little more. It ain't turning sharp as it should. The backer almost off the pavement this time. It might be off right here pretty quick. Alright, right there. Now let's get around to the runway. Maybe right here on hold short. I'm going to stop right there for just a few minutes, lock the brakes again. Now, I haven't tried this, so this may be a new surprise to me right here. But we got ADF here somewhere. I think it's right here. Well, maybe up here. ADF, there it is right there. Now, which one does what? How do you turn it? Well, I ain't figured out how to turn it yet. It says ADF. I bet that's a standby. What did I say? It don't switch when you do that. This is right here, I believe. I don't know how to change it though. I know how to change that one, but that's not. Don't seem to be what I'm looking for. It says ADF over there though. Let's try her one time. Well, they will come on here though. 346. Wrong way. Don't got a 346 on this. Yeah, it does. But I got the wrong one here. 4. Alright, see how that works. 346. Idea. Well, what's this one? Frequency. Oh, there we go, right there. Now, that switches them right there. On the other side is standby. That now I believe it'll work. It ain't gonna be on just for too close, but we're gonna call it right there. Now I wanna go, we also got an ILS where we're going. We'll go ahead and set it into right now and have it ahead of us. 108.30. We'll go ahead and put it right here. There we go. We'll bring it up there. We'll go down and get the other one too. We'll make it here a backup on it. 108. Oh, 35, 30 right there. Set that. All right, both of them is ready. We don't need the heading just yet, but when we get there, we're going to set the heading on 186. But that'll be when we leave the NDB, and the NDB will be on the yellow needle right there. Will be the NDB. It'll only point. It won't guide you. And we're going to try that. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this right here a little bit. I said I was wrong button. But that thing seems to take needing a little of that quick. So let's go ahead and do it right now. As soon as we leave the ground, almost we need it. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring down a couple layer of flaps. This is sort of a short field. It's pretty long. Got a little hump in the middle, look like. All right, let's see if we get in there. I didn't check the trim. Maybe I ought to do that right quick. There. Set the head back down there where you see. All right, we'll get her there. We're in there. Climb a little while, but not too fast. Raise one layer of flaps up. Keep climbing. By these trees now. Come on. Keep airspeed up a little bit. Nose back down a little. Let me trim it down. Let me drop another layer of flaps. That'll help too. That'll also drop a nose at this point. Well, we'll climb a little while before we start trying to fly this thing. I could use, out of here I said I need to go on a heading of about, what did I say? I don't even see it. South 2. Out south it says, so it says. So I guess that's what I meant. The south ain't right. The south ain't right, so whatever it is. Oh, that's the other one, that's not this. Alright, finding this may be a job, but I really didn't. I may have to go find me some more information. I ain't got it wrote down here which way to go to get there. We'll go to Memphis, we can do that. And it'll be pretty well west of Memphis, I think. That may be what we have to do, what exactly what I had planned. Alright, we're gonna get this trimmed up where it'll fly itself. Come on, get that trimmed down there a little bit. Right along there. Now, comes right here, we're gonna hit this, and we'll turn that on right there. We are now, this thing don't want to work. They got it where you can't get to the buttons without raising the panel up. You can't click them down next to the end of the screen. That's a mistake in their port, I think. Alright, let's do it this way. Since I don't know exactly what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing around toward the airport somewhat. Well, that's wrong. Too much. What am I doing? Turn southeast a little bit for now. And I'm going to set this up right here a little different from what I had. I'm going to leave what I got, but I'm going to put Memphis VOR is 1750. I know that right off the top of my head. Right there it is. That is right. So I'll raise it up and we'll go down and get this one also just so I can use it. Both of them's right. Raise that up now. Alright, we're going to climb up a little bit more. Did she go to climbing? Yep. Okay, she's climbing. Come on, don't climb too fast, just enough to get by. Alright, we're going to try to find Savannah. I didn't get quite as much information as I should have. From that there south down to that right there, but don't tell me which way to go to get from here to Savannah. Anyway, it's best I can remember. It's almost east of Memphis. Let's go to Memphis. All right, I set the Memphis VOR on there then. Well, that's wrong. I thought it said 17. It's 15. Now 17, right there. That's right. The bottom one was right. The top one was wrong. And we got to change this over from VOR to our GPS to nav. Now we'll use this. We're going to use the bottom one to get to the airport. I want to go east, southeast. Let's go down this way. Now this is out. We got to go into the airport. She should be on the south side of me, but anytime now. Anytime now. Come, there you go, right there. All right, come around to 170. Why is it? It says in 170 south. That's right. Turn myself around for a minute there. I thought it was going. Thought it was north, but it ain't south. South right. 170 be all right. Let's get this one right here. Around to 170. Whoa, now. See, they got this thing where you get off what you're doing and it does something else. So I done got this right here changed now. See there? I wasn't trying. No, it ain't. That's right. Let's leave it alone. I thought I changed it. Sometimes they will. They'll change them. All I was trying to do is turn this and the plane will wiggle and your hand is no longer on that button. Well, I said 170, but this ain't. Oh, 56, yeah. 70 is over here. All right, let's turn that on now. It ain't about 18 miles from that airport, so we're already closer to that. And we'll leave her and we'll go east. I'm gonna start moving to the east side right now. No, it won't hit me none. We know where it's at now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the heading bug down here where it says nav. It's on heading now. It's hit at the direction I'm going, and I can move it around now to about 10, 20 degrees to the right, left. That'll all set the VOR in Memphis. It's about 170 there, and I'm doing quite a bit off of that. We're going to bypass the airport though, so 150 is close enough. 150, 160, that's like 5.5. Right along there. Let's fly by this thing. And we're going to pass by this. I'm moving this away, so I put it on that side, it'll come back center every time, I think. Tell me that I'm moving, show how much I'm moving. Now we're watching for this gold needle to the bottom to stand up. Well, it wouldn't hurt when it come on, so right here. ADF button right there. So if it comes on, that'll tell me if I'm not looking. Oh, there's Memphis right there. So we're going to move a little further away from Memphis. I don't really need to go that close to it. Go back over another 10 degrees or so to the east. Right along that right there, what I'm going to call it. Bypass that airport a little more. Now we're going to leave it and we're going to go. I'm going to go east out of it. I'm going to go dead east out of it with not as right. May not ever find my airport, but we're going to be looking for it. I didn't get quite as much information as I should have before I left. The information's not in this game for me right now. I went to another game and got it. And I don't believe that's in my little book I got drawn. Could be. Never hurts to look. Or just come up on the other screen. Oh, let me see. I don't believe it's in here though. Oregon. Let's go down to Tennessee. Chattanooga. Be a miracle it was in here. Shelby Forest, Jackson, Trenton, Wolf River. Nope, it's not in here. I didn't think it would be. I went and wrote it down on a piece of paper and didn't get that. I went to get it, but something come up and I stopped and I didn't finish the instructions on it. But I did get the airport, the name, the VOR and ILS and all that, and the heading and the altitude, runways, name of the airport. But I didn't get, and the name of the NDB is Pinhook is the name of the NDB station. Alright, we're going, like I said, we're going to turn dead east. It ain't quite dead east, it's close, but it ain't exactly. It looks more like it right there. It's showing out here, so we've already passed it. We are on our right. But now we need to come around to here. We're also watching for the NDB to come on, which will give us a 40-mile range. If we go outside that, we're not going to get about 40 probably. We're going to try our barrel, see what happens. I've still got one more option to look at. As we get closer, this could come into play. It don't have states on it, so don't help much. We're going to come to this VOR off my right wing there, Memphis, a little octagon. Turn straight east off of that. We'll be going. What did I say? There's Fayetteville. I see that mirror. I believe. I said it was KSNH. Well, and also know it's around one of these rivers. Remember seeing it around one of these rivers things. It could be named different in here too, but what's that too? If it changed, they might update the map. Okay, I mean, it's the other side of the river, they just said KHSB. What did I say? KSNH. I don't know. If I go down too far, I'll be outside of Tennessee. Hey, south. Still alright. I'll make sure I don't pass that line right there before I can turn further south now and get on that line quicker. Because if I go too far, then I might overlook what I'm looking for. That's small as it'll get right there. Don't put them on till you've been there a while or zooming or something. There's this coast bay right there, coast right there. Go back to here and it'll put me back center of the airport, center of the map. Alright, she's coming over. The nav 1 just fixed the line up, so we fly the line out now. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it, turn it out. We could climb a little more if we want to. Not much use in it though, but we'll give the signal more reach. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Whoa, wrong button. There's one I was after. I can back isn't, well, I ain't want to back it all along, I'm climbing. When you show it, pull the throttle. That went all the way, I believe went all the way up that time. But it says 10% all you can get most of the time. Or 30%, 90%. At least 10 to spare. Or keep you from over throttling it. Anyway, here we go. Now we can turn this right here now. Memphis should be west of us now, so let's look behind us. We can also search for the ILSs. Alright, that puts Memphis behind us, west of us, and we keep going dead east of Memphis right now as we leave. Now we know where everything's at. Now, what I'm going to do here is I don't need the back airport no more, so I'm going to change it over to the ILS. It is as stronger than that ADF is. I might pick it up instead of the ILS, instead of the ADF. Either one will work as long as we find it. So we're going to that right there for a squawker also. And we got ILS in now too. Ain't gonna fly the plane, but it'll tell me when it comes on. Now if I move this, it don't matter really, but the more this here is off wrong, the more likely I am to see that needle deflect. If I'm looking at anything else, it might move and catch my eye. Alright, now I can throttle this back. I'm running too fast. Got so much on my mind I ain't paying attention to my flying. I'm at 2,000 feet. I'm gonna slow down, get it in the green, get off that yellow. Alright, now we're going out this way. Get it stabilized at a speed somewhere around 100, 110, be alright. Now, we can go back to the map now a minute. Now I can put it on another screen, but if I do, you can't nobody else see it. Alright, now here we go. HSB. I may have it down wrong. That may be it right there. It looks like about the right place as far as the map's concerned. With a little VOR right there, which I didn't see what I did there. Another one back there. We'll try to fly as well ways to see But it could be something else too here that I ain't seeing. I don't know. It's not a long ways out here, but it's a good little shot too. We'll close it up. We'll fly a while and see what happens. We don't see nothing, we done overshot it, we get lost. I've been lost before. One more time, y'all heard nothing? Still daylight, I can still see how to land. A lot of interstates out there to land on. That's probably 40 off to my left right there. Leaving town. Actually look like a loop right there. Actually, if you're looking at it, now, I'm not that far away from. Let's go outside the plane a minute. Take a look around. The airport's behind me. The interstate is just north of it, and big major highway there. I'm not up to date on these highways too much. But anyway, it goes here, there it forks. Looks like it's slices two ways right there. We're traveling east. Not hardly dead east, but we're on that. It's supposed to be east dead east, but we're not. Let's check see if we're calibrated. Go inside that plane, look at my what I'm set on. And set on it might say dead. I might be a little off, but ain't much. Let's try that right there. One click. Look like that popped out that much. Let it get over to the next radio. Wolf River. I know where that's at. But going east, I'm not supposed to be headed too much toward that. Let me get back over this way somewhere. But I could run right down a highway, and there's one under me. See, now that radio put me the other side of there. Highway. It still showed me off by 5 degrees from what I told it. Could be crabbing a little. Showing one and flying the other. I'll get back inside the plane. I can't watch my information out here. I think you hear that beeper out there though, I think. Alright. We don't have the ILS, we don't have the NDB. I'm not sure how far it is out here, I really don't. Wish I'd have checked it a little closer. And I could put it on GPS, but I don't even want to do that. I say I could, I might could. Once upon a time I could. But that's at 5:30. It makes it a little harder. Get my map up again. Well, center on the map. That right there looks a whole lot like where I'm going. But that ain't what I got wrote down. But I got out of FSX, not FS20, 2020. But that looks like it even down to the little bow in the river there that and there's a little station right there. What I'm looking for is the one that I'm going to. I've got to go into the map too. There's ways to turn stuff on this map that ain't turned on. Found it out today. I keep forgetting what it was. KSNA. It don't put everything on the map right away, and you have to look for it. Sometimes it even leaves stuff off when it does come up. There's KSD. Oh yeah, we can forget it now. I heard that outside the planes. We've got an ADF or something. What we got? Is ADF over there? Maybe we have a outer marker. An awful lot of lights on up there. I didn't turn this one on. I'm gonna turn the outer markers off for now too. And if I hear anything, what I heard then was something that wasn't mine. Now one is on. It was supposed to be doing talking. It wasn't supposed to be on. How I got it on, I don't know. But I didn't turn it on intentionally. For sure. But that's one that was talking to me. It wasn't what I thought. How now 2 got on, I'm not sure. When you mess with this mountain stuff, these games, they'll play in the background when you ain't looking. You'll be doing things you don't know you're doing. I think that's what happened. Well, here we go again. That map. I can put it on the other screen, nobody, I'd be the only one that can see it. There's KSL, but that's a VOR or a marker of some kind. KSNH. I know the state line is real close. Look going this way. State line is really close. Can't go down without crossing. This is in Tennessee. It's not in Mississippi or Alabama. See, I'm getting to the water too fast. It looks almost like it right there. But that's not what I got wrote down for sure. Get across the map too fast. I would think you can see it on here, but most time you can't find what you're looking for, to be honest with you. I ain't been able to, very seldom. Once you know exactly where it's at, yeah, you see it then. I don't see it. Let's get back into here. I don't have a distance. But nothing on the signal showing me where I'm at. I'm still traveling dead east, so it's the first thing. And that's pretty close. I could pull up FSX on the other machine and find it, but that ain't on the other window. We'll turn that off and took off. Wouldn't hurt to turn the taxi lights off, because the thing has a tendency to run the battery down for some reason. Don't know, that's what I call it. They told me that, but it won't crank, the blade won't move, motor won't turn over. after you have the lights on too long or set too long. Alright. We'll go this way till we know we went too far. I'm pretty sure of it. I may land on the airport and close out and find out what I've done wrong in another means. I might be able to read here. I won't be able to tell where it's at. I don't want to set it. Alright. KSNH. Well, at least I know the letters are right now. I can log it now. That I don't really want to. Said I could. Like I said, I didn't want to log it anyway. I didn't do it right. Something. Probably had to hit procedures. I didn't do it. They changed a little bit, and I don't know exactly how it operates. But anyway, we know it's the right number, and I believe it's out here. KSNH is right. I ain't got it down wrong. We're still waiting on some signal of some kind. We're not too far out of Memphis right now. We won't lose a signal over a long way, so down this low, still get probably 40, 50 miles out of the zone. I know I'm too far. I was trying to get somewhere to read, see how far I really am, because it don't tell me that much. Got some airplanes, and them's real people there, probably. I mean, real traffic. Probably FedEx is going in and out of Memphis. They do have them on here. KSL. Well, I don't know. I ain't finding nothing. Just keep flying. We're not too far yet, I'm sure. That might not be going the right route. Should have wrote down something more than did. I'd hate to have to make it daylight again so I can find where I was going. It's getting late, look like. I can change the time of day, but I don't want to. If I go to right here, let's see what this does. This message, it's going to another screen when it comes on. I think. I have to turn it off. It'll mess up my other flight. Now, see if I can come up with some idea what I'm looking at. Sylvania's we don't know that. Maybe a longer flight than I thought. I think I know where that's at, come to think of it. I'll know just a few minutes where it's at. Cheating. The information in this airplane game, I haven't gotten to where I know where I'm at enough to keep up with it. All right, I'm going the right way. If I miss it, be some reason besides what I'm looking at. There's no way that I can miss it the way I'm flying. The distance is another story. Well, it's a long ways out there though. That's what I thought. After I thought about it, it's a longer flight than I thought, but it's the right direction. This is not quite as far east as Nashville, but it don't like much. Sylvania and Alcoa, I think, is together. And if so, it's way out there. Been there before in real life. I could use something between here and there to tell me where I'm at. Alright, I'll fix to add one. Then add another ADF and switch back and forth between them. Alright, now I'm going to go to the other side of the seat a little bit. And we're going to go right here. We're going to go now. That right there between where we are and where we're going. This still ain't on either. 404 is between here and there. This is a long flight, a lot longer than I thought. I hope we got plenty of fuel. I believe I have. Speed up just a little bit now. When you look at that map, if you don't really pay attention, it's a lot fuzzy you think it is. Look at that, a 2-hour flight probably. And the dark's coming. You may find out dark don't ever get here. I got a way around that. I don't have to though. I can go in ILS when I get there. That's probably what I'll have to do. We'll keep a check on it. If we get the other one, we'll know. There's 404 right there. It ain't on. It ain't on. We're not going to fly to 404, but we would like to know when we pass it. It's about halfway, I think. Those tags on the screen are real, not real planes, but real people flying simulators. This is a multiplayer system online. The world is online. The servers, instead of you flying in your machine, you fly in their server online. And all the data is online, downloaded to you as you need it. Or most all of it. I do know the beeper works outside the plane, so I'll hear it if I'm listening. I have to watch the autopilot don't get turned off on us while I'm tinkering around. And this is real enough that you can actually pick out places in it, and lots of times you find your own place, your own home. I hadn't been able to find mine, but not in this, but I can in this is supposed to be Bing Map produced into the game. It's not updated, or it's produced as Bing Map, but not exact. It's generated pretty well to specs, but it's not always the right house in the right place. They just say, well, the building goes in and stick something there. Some of them you can actually see where you are and where you live, and it might even look like yours. But like I said, I haven't been able to find mine, but there's some I have found. But it'd be nice if you had some of them gauges outside. They got all this stuff here to fly with, which is essential, but your navigation parts are not here. Because up to me, they'd be out here too. They'd be out here quicker than these would. A little bitty indicators would be nice for one side. A lot of these could be smaller. Oh man. Coffee cup getting empty and I'm getting sleepy. Mess around and take a nap on this trip and forget where I'm at. Watch out, wind's got me cutting up a little. If I climb a little, it would help the signals too. I guess I could do that a little more. So we've got to go pretty good ways. Let's go ahead and climb another 500 or so. 1,000. Well, we're at 2,000. Let's climb. Back up in here, the mountains may get tall to get in the way up in here. Around where I live, it's not, but out here it is some taller ones. I'm gonna give it 4 and it'll climb 5. That's what it'll do. It'll climb an extra 100 every time. Here we go. Throttle up. Should give it time to gain before I start climbing. Comes 4. It'll go a little over 4 as it levels out. It'll climb the nearest 100, which will be 5 instead of 4. I said it would. I still believe it will. So far it ain't stopped climbing. About ready to level off. But it's closer to 5 than it is 4. It'll go to 5. What I do is I put it on 4 and I'm going to go another 100 here. Now they match. And I'm going to climb another 5 so my speed's getting back up. Give me 4 more. And a climb. That'll be 3,000. Make it 3,500. Higher we get, the better these signals will be. Down these little bumps out here. Could go on to 4, I guess. The airport altitude we're going to is 500 feet, almost 473. So we need to be a little above it, little extra above it. Alright, we got this one. She's climbing to 3,000. We'll raise this other 100 I was talking about. It's already go up, so we won't keep going. Give it time to gain the speed back. Be another 4. And climb. Climbing 500-foot steps, and it won't run out of airspeed on me. I know I don't worry about how much it climbs. It's going to climb a certain amount. It's not as accurate as Flight 7X was. Can't even get it as accurate, I don't think. Alright, couple more. Going to 35. As soon as the nose gets back down almost right, I'll get the other 100 on the gauge down here. Nose come on down a little more. Alright, I'm gonna set the other 100 right now. Airspeeds are climbing again. Go another 4. I lost my altitude. What am I looking at? Oh yeah, it's gonna be down there. No, that's right, 39. Climb again. Check calibration still right on everything. Yep. Climbing to 39, she'll go to 4. I'm gonna look around again to outside for. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other 100 though. There we go. Now it looks different. Seeing them bumps I was talking about. I knew they was getting between me and where I was going. Look like Crooked Tennessee River right there. Alright, let's check that other NDB. Still don't have it. I'm not going to say we'll ever find it, but I think we should. Now, I have seen in this area, and there may be a chance this happens, I was flying almost this same area last week, and a couple of VORs didn't light. They were there, and the FSX they worked, and they was in real life. We checked them real life Navajo, but they wasn't in here. They were on the map, but they wouldn't light the instruments up. So why they wouldn't, I don't know. There's still some stuff to be turned on that we just found today. I hadn't played with it yet, but it's mainly on the map. The visuals on the map. From what I got out of it, I'm gonna go another 500 just to be. Give me 4 and give me a climb. Once they get up there, I'll slow down a little bit. That's high enough. Ain't nothing out here above 4,500, I don't believe. In this area, I'll go way on the other side to find anything much taller. I'll watch it. Alright, coming up on 3, coming up on 400. And if she levels off, we'll catch another 100 on the instrument, on the altimeter, make it right. And now I can start slowing this down. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the other 100 now. Make that right. Slow this back a little bit. I can probably lean that a little more too. There we go. Alright, we're up, and we're doing about 110, 115, not hardly 120, I don't think. Alright, we're still looking for that one of them signals. No, not a one. Too sensitive, it jumped one. There we go, right there. Too sensitive again, he jumps the extra one. Well, it's jumping too much. Why is it jumping so many? See there? That ain't what I'm telling it. HIJKL. Well, shoot. Come on. Help a little if you do it like that, I think, instead of what I'm doing. There it is right there. I don't need that right there, I don't think. Now I lost it all. Enter, well, I think you just keep hitting enter to do it, that's what it is, somebody said. Guess we can try it one more time. Let's go direct. That says it right there, don't it? ASNH, that's it. Menu. It ain't loading. Direct. That's what I said. Something I don't know how to do. It don't have one. Still ain't what I'm after. That's right there. But it ain't loaded in the machine. I don't know how, to be honest with you, but I still thought I could finally get it. Direct. Try that. Nope, it ain't it. It just ain't loading. I don't know. The trick to it, I don't know, but I can't get it loaded. It ain't loaded because if it did that right there, it'd have a line. It ain't one. I don't guess it's gonna load, but anyway, we do have the right address. I just can't get it in there. See if I care. I really don't. Call that right there. I don't know where we at. Let's go back to, I'll turn the nav button off. Let's turn it back on. Uh-oh, we done lost signal. All right, we'll stay on the heading bug again. Or have I changed this? No, it's still 1750. I've done lost signal. Yep, we done lost signal in Memphis. We're not 200 miles out, but we're low enough that we've lost it due to distance and altitude. Now we got it again. Now, Black says it's on. It ain't locking. It's supposed to take place of that. Oh, I know why. Now we'll lock it. There you go. I forgot to change that to GPS, trying to get the other thing loaded. All right, we're back on. We wasn't out of range of it. I turned it off. Forgot about it. Trying to get the other thing to load, but it never did load. Alright. Let's keep going this direction a while. Let's look for this here again. It ain't there. There's a good chance they ain't gonna work. That's what I do if I get qualified this way. I'll start looking for Chattanooga or Nashville. I could search Nashville a little anyway. So let's get on this one right here at the bottom. That's 1410 is what it is. We'll change this one here to Nashville. So we'll tell where we at by doing that a little bit. Quit that. Alright, this here will come on, I do believe. It is on. Now let's see where Nashville's at according to where we at. And Nashville should be to our left a little, but Nashville is right there. It ain't much left. Oh yeah, turn this on, the signal started. I had it set to start talking. When it come on, it come on. Alright. We just stopped it when we done it right there. I lost them numbers. Lost them numbers in. That was smart, wasn't it? There we go. They're back. That's right numbers. Still ain't got nothing. If we pass Nashville, we're too damn far out and they ain't gonna get it. Get on the map. There is quite a ways out there, so the map. See if I can find Nashville on the map. Yeah, KBNA is Nashville right there. We're over halfway to Nashville now. I mean, to the parallel line of Nashville, not Nashville itself. Choo-choo versus Cincinnati. Right there. I believe we almost spun enough out and we ain't picked up nothing. So that means this signal's not working in this system. KHSB is close. But that ain't it. If it is named different. So it's not as far as Chattanooga. It's before you get to Nashville in a parallel line. I don't see nothing in here at all. That would be that. But before you get to here, for sure. When Chattanooga's all by the left way, it ain't coming on. We done missed it, not due to the fact that I couldn't find it either. But due to the fact it ain't lighting up. But I'm on the right line or so close, should be good shape. But we're not picked up an ILS or that. Because ILS is in this one, and it ain't on. So we're getting ready to come on. And then we got two DMEs, and neither one of them's coming on. And right now we should be past one and going on the other, I think. And they shouldn't be too far apart. I may fly them in FSX and try them. Take FSX, fly the same flight, see what happens. I don't like flying flights that don't work because of equipment don't work. And I didn't test fly it, so I have no idea what it actually does. I could go back out and get on that airport and see what we got. That's what'll probably happen. If it don't fly, I may drop it on that airport and check it. Because at least the ADF should come on, sitting on the ground probably. What it is, the ADF is the waypoint for the VOR. That's how close it is. It's right off the end of it, runway heading look like. And it does say ILS on it. It's a waypoint to bring in approach plate. That's still on. We're still on Memphis. We will lose Memphis out here though at this altitude probably. But we know we got Nashville right here. Wrong one. This one. Right now Nashville is about 050 from me, which is right up in there. The further it is in front of me, the further it actually is away from me. Because as I get closer, it'll move to the left wing. Got growl in my throat. I'm like coughing that mic, but that's the way it goes. Just bronchial trouble. What am I hearing? I'll stick with Nashville. It's what it is, what I'm hearing. Turn Nashville off and it'll quit. Now it's squawking for the ILS, which ain't on. And neither is either one of these ADFs. It'd be risky to fly up in here if the world's lit like this. Better know where you're going, make sure it's daylight. Well, we can divert that to Nashville, but that's still another 90 miles north after we get in line with it. Probably. Chattanooga will be just as closer straight in front of us. And I can pull my book and get Chattanooga. And I got Nashville already. If we do, we'll go to Chattanooga probably. Make a couple phone calls, see why they ain't got this junk working. And then you do about it. They had a big update the other day on it, but they put this game out a year too quick. It ain't ready. It ain't near ready. This is the only plane I feel handled really well. At the size of it's one reason. It's handled pretty good for what it is. But some of the other planes, some of them will fly, some of them won't. You can't. And all the autopilots give you trouble. All of them. One of the reasons is right here. The signals are not out there. Now, the database in the simulator can be updated. A friend of mine does it today, and I may get him to. I don't use the database like he does, but it may have something to do with this right here, not being logged into them when you're in here. I don't think it is though. I don't think it's a problem on this part of it. But it could be. I turned on that part today. It's supposed to have a default database. It's just not very accurate. My understanding. Try again. Not out there. Let's look for Chattanooga. See how far we are from it. It should be on by now, probably. Let me get my book back out. That's in my book. I know that for a fact. Choo Choo. VOR Choo Choo. Tennessee. Nashville. Up to the top. C. Dyersburg, Covington, Chattanooga, right there. 1580. We won't need this here for right now. We know we're squawking for it. I'm gonna change the VOR Nashville to Chattanooga. One too many. 75. 80. Chattanooga's on. Turn this thing up here off. On this one. So we know Chattanooga's on. I don't know how far, but I know it's in front of me. See, I'm almost straight into Chattanooga. And that tells me I'm straight between Memphis and Chattanooga, because I'm east out of Memphis and east out of Chattanooga too. So I'm straight between them. And Nashville was off that long there, so I'm not as far, but Nashville still headed Chattanooga. But that gives me an idea of what we're looking at there. We can actually use the top one to check for the ILS every now and then if we want to. I keep hoping one of these come on, but they ain't doing it. We haven't been up far up yet though. He's one of them. And we take this right here, and I can take and switch to the heading bug, like that right there. Now the heading bug light come on. Now I can switch this one without any worry about getting offset. See, it ain't on. ILS ain't on. Let's go back to this one and turn the nav back on to track it. Getting dark outside. Look at the time of day and the looks of it. Pretty rough looking out there too, ain't it? Got a red sunset. Sunset behind me. But the reflection on them clouds in front of me is what's making that look. Alright. Back inside. Do it again. Still ain't on. Do it again. Let me check it. Numbers. The 404, I can't go back and look at them, but I can this other. 346, that's right. That's what I got wrote down. Turn this right here back on too. It is on, okay. Chattanooga will stay in front of us pretty well all the way. If we lose our signal behind us, we'll have it to work with. And we've got. So we got. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this back here back to Nashville. And check it. Nashville is beginning to come around on us. Oh, it's come around quite a bit. But north, we are at Nashville. When that line hits north, we're at Nashville. Across the Nashville parallel line, and tells me we done passed any chance of, we already, I believe, passed any chance of finding what we're looking for. I don't believe we're going to find it. It ain't because I didn't try. And I'm right. The signals are not there. And I bet you I'm right. The idea is the signals are not in the simulator. They don't have it. That's where they're still coming up short. And this area here is where I was at. Just north of here about 40 miles. There's two I know is not there. 2 VORs. I know they're not there. Because I flew them in FSX and they were there, and flew them this and it wasn't there. Launched off the airport and they still wasn't there. I came out of Jackson, headed up to around Camden up in there, and signals wasn't there. But 2 of them I was looking for, neither one of them was there. The FSX, they were right on the money. So I can consider this lost already. This is not doing nothing. I'm gonna move this around. The further I get there, I'm gonna move this to north and stay on it. I'm not on it. When it turns again, I am pretty well the north off my left wing. That's when I'm parallel with it, crossing the signal. At that point, we might as well switch to Chattanooga and make our way into it. Maybe we got enough fuel, everything. We ain't got a low light. We're still pretty good shape. I put a little extra in when I left, not knowing how far or where I was going. Should have filled the plumb full just for the heck of it. Almost did. Still hadn't passed Nashville yet, but we're working on it. That needle ain't come down yet. Getting dark. It lands in the dark at Chattanooga if we don't change the time of day. I can handle Chattanooga though. We'll climb another. Chattanooga altitude is 682 feet. We'll climb another few hundred. We'll get above the mountains, catch the glide slope, and then bring us down through them. They're not big mountains. They're 4,000 or 5,000 feet. Some of them 3 to 5 in that range. So we'll get above them. This altitude bring them. Let the ILS bring them down through them. We'll come down on a heading of about 2 something, I think. Let me look over here and see. 2 runways. Oh, see a plane. My planes are wobbling. The winds have got me or something. We ain't lost signal yet. Unless it blinked when I wasn't looking. We got. Looks like I'm showing 2 runways at Chattanooga. 19 and 190. So we'll come in on 200 probably. Runway 20. That's 199. We'll go to the far end, turn and come back on that one. Once we pass Nashville, we'll start working on Chattanooga. Let's go back and check Chattanooga right quick. I believe it's right there. It's right. Should be still pretty close to east in front of me. I ain't drifted off enough to change anything. Right there. As long as I stay on that radar out of Memphis and locked on it, I'm not going to drift. But we're getting close to the end of the range of that thing with this altitude, and I'm going to climb a little more since I know that we're not going to find them signals. If the signals, we quit looking for them where that goes. It ain't that we missed them, it's the fact that they're not there. I'm going to verify that later, but right now, that's what I'm calling it. They're not there, the reason I didn't find them. This is the area of the map they haven't finished putting all the stuff on. Be my guess, all them thousands of airports they got, they don't have them all fixed. All the signals fixed on them either. Alright, let's go back to Nashville, see if we're passing it up. This way around. See where it's at and how much we like passing. It is now 030 from us. It's still 30 degrees in front of my left wing. Oh, God. My wife ain't come in, put no music on. She get over and put something on, mess up my video. She ain't done that. Here she is right now, talking real quick. Let me let her know. Hopefully she won't click on something loud over there. It's dark outside. Arky dark. Now, what else I gonna do? I'm gonna check something right quick, see if there's anybody on my TeamSpeak or Discord. Nope, they're all out and gone. Put my book back up. There we go. Well, we're just gonna go to Chattanooga. There's just another pretty good little flight yet. I hadn't planned on going that far, but I don't know if anything else local to land on right now. It's Chattanooga, McGee Tyson, and Nashville are the three that I'm pretty sure I could find. All the rest of them are further away. This thing quit moving. Right there's. It's been moved. That ain't right. Let me repair something on my book right quick. Oh, nobody told you to come on this screen. Alright, we still ain't past Nashville. We're getting pretty close, I'm sure. Yep, we done come around almost 10 more degrees on it. Now it's 20 in front of the wing instead of 30. Roughly. We'll be past here in a little bit. I've had our distance. I can know more about where I'm at, but I have no distance. How high am I? 45. I said the airport was 6. And I can safely, in the dark, not wanting to crowd anything on the ground, I can safely climb 4,500 feet above the airport and manage the landing just fine. See if I can find where it's at over here now. I done lost it again. Right there. And it is 600, 45, 5,100. Let's climb to 5,100. And we'll use that for safety above the ground and in these little mountains we got around here. Give it 5,000 and climb, and it'll stop at 5,100. Full throttle and climb. I don't push the throttle back full anyway. I didn't mean to do that. Trim just a little further. Oh shucks. Pull back up. Mixture a little bit. That's what I just done. I'll get right in a minute. Airspeed, she's alright. She's climbing. Level off. She should get to another 100 she always got. Yep. I put it on 5,000. It's going to go to 5,100. That's where I'll stay till I locate the ILS. That way I won't have to worry about running over nothing. Ain't nothing that's tall out here that I know of. Now break us up another 100 to make it 51. Right there. That'll keep us out of the mountains and stuff. Got dark enough you can't see nothing out there now anyway. I didn't really mean for this to be a night flight, but you know, you don't always figure out what you want. We should have landed 45 minutes ago probably, but the airport didn't show up. Since I had no way of physically finding it, I should have enough fuel to get to this other airport. It shows I still got a good little bit of fuel, but not a whole lot. I may have to find something else to land at. I don't want to do that during the dark for sure. Now if I slow this thing down just a little, I'm pushing it too hard too. Make it burn more fuel. .110 would be some way the engine sounds would be a real good place. What am I hearing? Let's get back inside the plane. I'm hearing something, I think. Ain't nothing on here except ADF. Did that ADF talk to me for a minute? Not thinking it did, but Mr. Boeing guy just loaded his aircraft up in 2020. I ain't getting nothing out of that. Once we pass Nashville, we'll set up our Chattanooga landing. Well. We still ain't past Nashville yet, but we're getting awful close. As far as the alignment, we're not trying to go to Nashville, just trying to make sure when we pass it. See, we're between 90 and 100 miles, probably south of Nashville. Be my guess. We've still got 12, 15 degrees there yet to go off that wing to get past it. Check Nashville, Chattanooga again in front of us. We know it's there though. No doubt in my mind about that one. We may be switched over to it here in just a few minutes. On both radios, it and ILS. Wind's giving me a little trouble. See, shake my plane. Crosswinds up in here. Gas hands look about half full. Didn't look at full outside the plane a while ago. Coffee cup about empty. Grab me another cup here in a minute. Could make some tea. There's an airport. Ardmore? 4 miles away. It probably ain't got no help landing, and I don't have the information to it. And no way that I know to pull it out of the system at this point. Except maybe in the GPS, which don't seem to do what I tell it to. We could eyeball right here for something one more time too. Go back to the heading book, straight ahead, and check this one right here for, see it ain't on. The BOR is not on, ILS is not on. That signal's on, that night. That's the only thing we got to go by, and ain't nothing out here that I can find. Something ain't right. I'm outranging it now for sure, but I should have passed it somewhere along the line. But I wasn't looking for it all the way, but I did check regular enough. I should have been within range of it. And that ADF should have talked to me too, which has got almost as much range as ILS has, if not more. Anyway, there's Chattanooga right in front of me there. That's KCHA is Chattanooga. And the VOR we look for Choo-Choo is right there. It don't say Choo-Choo there. That's what it said in FSX. It says goo. Guy Tyson's right out here. See, I don't even see it, but it's before you get to the mountains, it's right in here. See, I don't even see it. But Guy Tyson's right in there because there's that river that airport's on, I think, that I've been landing at. They don't get into these tall mountains. These are across into Virginia. I believe, unless it's on over a little further. It's almost impossible to find what you're looking for in here. Ain't much help, to be honest with you. Anyway, where are we? We are still looking at, go back to this one, and back to the east, back to the north. Oh, I'll quit that slipping off that button. I hate that. But it is a plane wobbling, the panel's wobbling. Your button don't, your hand don't wobble, and when it does, it slides off the button enough that it won't work. Alright, we about around right there. See, it's a little closer than it was. 5 degrees down about all it likes. Right there. We'll be past it any minute now. I'm being go to Chattanooga on the front. Chattanooga VOR. $15.80, which I had right here on this one. I'll put it on top of now. Too much. Up. Straight up there. Alright, we're gonna get on that now. We're past Nashville now. I'm gonna give up on Nashville and go to Chattanooga. Chattanooga we can land at without having to go up 90 miles up there. I don't think it's that far this way. Still could be a ways though yet. 15, I said 15. Right there, 15. I done got that, ain't I? Oh yeah, it's already on there. 1580 right there. And we're gonna bring this around to the front again. And I'm gonna fly north of it just a little. if I move 10 degrees to the north, it should help me out. So I'm going to go to the heading bug and come off about 10 degrees to the north. Heading bug didn't lock, nope. Right there, we're gonna call it right there. We gotta fly till the airport gets behind us. Now I can also set up my ILS for that. I'll be looking at ILS runway 20. $109.50. There we go. Bounced again. I missed the button. Come on, what's going on here? Oh, it made punch the top button. 09. Come on. Hard to get that right there, but it is too low. There we go. We're not close enough to turn it on yet. This right here will tell us where we're at all times as we go around the airport. Might could move over another 10 degrees. I'm gonna turn this right here, topping it around the runway heading, which is, I'll say 199. $299, not $199. What did I say? No, $199. I'm right, $199. Maybe not. Or 100. 7180. Here we go, yeah. 180. 190. 170, 180, 190. That's two, that's not one. Let me go back and look at the book. $199. I'm at 2. That's wrong. It's hard to read this thing since it don't have actual digits. I may have to go to the other runway because I know I want to come in the other side. This is telling me I'm 180, 190. And that would be 200, 199, one before right there. It says out. I got a pass, then I'll make that right. That makes it over here behind me, more or less, yeah. That's it. And the bar says east. But when I turn around, it's going to be east. It says 180, 190, 199 is about where I got that. Close enough. Now, this bar has done moved over on me again, I do believe. No, it hadn't. No, it hadn't. I gotta keep moving that way right there. It'll keep me informed about where I'm at. Be right back. back. Headset on. See what's going on here. Done got dark outside. We can't see nothing. All we got to look at is gauges now. Now you either trust them or you quit and go home. What we have to do now is keep an eye on the ILS. See, I'm out of range of it yet, but this is what's going to tell me where I'm at for distance. Once I get around behind it, if I hadn't got it on, I'll turn toward the airport and fly into it, runway heading VOR. At that point, it will come on, providing it works. If this one don't work, we'll quit in the middle of it. Call it a bad day. Here we go again. I'm trying to eat some spicy gumdrops and Take that head so I don't keep it smacking in the mic so much. Coffee cup. I'm getting low already and I just filled it up. Now if you look at now too, the bottom needle is starting to line up, which tells me I'm getting closer to that. But I'm gonna keep moving it this way here, because I want to pass it on the north side. If I keep it coming around, that shows that it's off to my side a little bit. It is right now roughly 100 degrees to my right front, 100 degrees on the compass, and I am running about 70 to 80 degrees. So the closer I get, the more it'll move to my right. And I can keep checking. Let's see how close we are. If that lights, that's going to tell me a lot, but as long as it don't light, I'm not worried about it. Reach down here and click the active button, you verify that number, 10950. I know it is, but I'll verify it again. Oops, that moved because I rolled on the other screen. They don't release if you don't click the screen. 10950 is runway 020. Like a hand doesn't come back down there already. Or did I switch it? I switched it. It ain't on, so we'll go back to this one. Now I would look at the wrong signal. Now it's right. I just wanted to make sure that ILS wasn't on. We can keep ticking with that other one. Now we're off the one at the top, but that's intentional. I'm not trying to fly yet. It's set on the heading I want to turn around to when I get there. As I pass the airport, it gets off my right wing. I can turn straight out backwards runway heading, which will be a roughly 020. Don't sound right. Be runway 020, be runway 2. Yeah, 019. Yeah, I'll turn her straight out, backwards out the runway heading. If I'm too close, if I ain't, I'll turn right straight into it. And what'll tell me is ILS. They'll tell me what I need to know when I need to know it. This is called flying in the dark, people. With as little information as you can get away with. But the other two wasn't worth a nickel. It never came on. As far as I know, they're set to come on. What all that does. I'll check it out one of these days real soon. I could have been wrong on that, but I'm not wrong. I wasn't wrong on ILS. They didn't come on either. So we'll try Chattanooga. So we're going to get that. I already see more here than I had there. I can land it with what I've already seen. What's in front of me? Four miles to King. Whatever King is. I think King is on top of a little mountain down there by that river, pretty close to that nuclear towers down there. think I remember seeing that down there when I was flying around years ago. This is a longer flight than I meant for it to be by a long shot. But it's been doubled by not finding them signals. I had a choice: quit the flight and destroy it, or find me a place to land. So that's what I'm gonna try to find a place to land. Keep moving it around that way. Keep working at the airport. Right now the airport is 95 degrees. Straight in front of me, I'm heading 095. I'm wrong. 095, 105. I forgot about the other line being in there. I still want to bring us back over to here to where I had it. Too much. A little bit where I wanted. Nothing to do with the flight itself, but it does give me an idea of what I'm looking at. And when it gets around here to a heading of about 190 from us, well, yeah, 190 from us, we'll be roughly off my right wing. And we'll be past that. Let's see if we can get any closer to it. We're still more than 40 miles away, well 28 miles away. In Flight 98 it had been 40, but now it's about 22 to 28. That's where it comes on at. It looks like I probably could get over a little more. This tells me I'm headed almost, well, that's the wrong one though, east. Yeah, that's right. I'm flying 20 degrees to the left to the airport right now. I was looking at the wrong one. The other person telling me another story. That ain't the one you gotta look at. Gotta look at the HSI in the middle of the screen over there, and nav 2. Those two tell me the story, and the other one tell me where I want to be later. Hey, I lost that nowhere too. Once I get around the other side of the airport, I'll put the nav 2 on and leave it. Now, wherever Franklin County is at, that's where we at. I don't know exactly where it's at. Check and see where everybody's at tonight. And I also ain't got, should come up on the other screen. It did. See if there's anybody in another. Whoa, that should be on the other screen too. April 1 in the other flight over. They generally have a group flight. There's only one in tonight, look like. That's what I was checking. Somebody else, not me. Check it again. Click. Click. Still ain't lit. We're still more than 28 miles away. We may pass it further than that though to the north. That's still alright. Alright. We just lost the signal for some reason. Or we're passing over the top of everywhere. We just went from out to in on the other radio. We just passed the angle of the station that we're moving into instead of away from it. It says, or the heading I've set on would be into it, what it's saying. Way around yonder behind me. As far as I know, everything's right here. The more I spin that around towards the same as the top, the further I'm getting around outside the airport. Right now I'm flying almost crossways of runway heading. Signal on the top needle is the same on the bottom as VOR, not the ILS. But if you get on VOR heading, you're on the right side for the ILS. If you're on runway heading to the VOR, and that's where I'm headed right now. Try to get around front of it. That seems to be moving a little faster than me. We're getting closer and passing it. We're not there yet, though. We're a long ways from being past it. It's actually between 110 and 120 up my front. Keep checking this. See if I'm close enough for that signal, because that would solve turnaround time. It would tell me when and where I could work. If it don't come on, I have to work the long range around. See anybody. Ain't nobody in TeamSpeak of mine. Ours, but not mine, ours. No but me, and I'm in the recording room. hurt to keep checking this thing. Well, see, I can't. Yeah, there it is. Most time I won't give it to you that low. We won't let you set it. We're at 5,100 feet above sea level. We're calibrated on the barometer and north on the compass. I'll have to verify all this settings something. Trying to do things this simulator's not designed to do at this point. They're not through with it. It ain't cause I didn't do it, it's cause it didn't work. Many times I've done it. And it works. When it is there, it works. So if it ain't there, it means it ain't there. I know where I'm at, roughly. I know I've crossed the right places, close to them. I got enough information on this book here to try it again on FSX tomorrow, if I want to. Never hurts to keep checking. Got it. We got the ILS. I should have been in the right place. That means I'm within 28 miles of the airport. But I'm still on the wrong end of it, that much I know. I'm going to go back to the ILS on this end, VOR on this end, because I'd rather have it than I had the ILS. But I want the UDN on the ILS if possible. Right there. Now let's pass the airport and turn around. I've got to pass the airport to pick up the glide slope. On the wrong end of it right now. Probably on this end, but I don't want to come in this end. It says I've got a ILS, but I don't know about the glide slope on this end. But the VOR is not exactly where I need to be, but the ILS won't do what I'm doing here. It won't move. It'll sit still till you get line. Now in FSX it did move. Now 2 would let you move. Now 1 wouldn't. But in here it won't do it. So you should turn it, don't hit you none. Like that right there, it won't do that right there. It'll walk when you fly by it, but it won't let you turn it and find it. Now we can go back to the VOR. We have to. If we lose a signal, we can go back to it. But hopefully I won't lose a signal at this point. But I need the ILS to tell how close I am. I need the glide slope to tell how close I am in height. I feel like as I fly by, I'll get the glide slope on the other end. At the moment, we're still coming up on the airport. We haven't passed it yet. It is still 1:30 for me. Off to my front right. Wind's got me diving. Wind's chopping me around. As long as it don't knock my autopilot off, we're alright. Looks like we're holding good. Speed is in good shape. Fuel's getting on the low side. We're close enough now. I don't think we got any problem on that. We know now 50, 60 miles will get us our 20 something straight in, but we got to fly around, turn around. Shouldn't be over 50, 60 miles though. I'm gonna lock it and watch it come around this time. Sit on 150. At 170, we'll be passing by the airport. No, yeah, 170. See, that won't turn there, see it? It won't deflect on me, just one direction. That's the reason I don't like going for what I'm doing. This is the only one that'll do it. Had that on 150, put it back on 150, right there. The VOR will deflect that. ILS will deflect to one side to stay there. You have to get into it. It won't let you tell you where it's at. The VOR is not on the airport, so it's flying a little bit. It's quite a ways off the airport, actually. But it's close enough for me to get my bar line from the other one. Once I get on that side, I can use the other bar and fly into it. I can go out one if I have to. I'll lose the signal and turn around and use the VOR to get back to it. Better be getting our fuel getting. We still got a lot of fuel though. The low get lows like they come on yet. It comes on pretty early. Pizza is running a live radio station tonight. They've got 1, 2, 3, 5 people in the 21 and older room. They'll be on Discord tomorrow, flying 2020 on most of us. I'm gonna be on FSX, flying Saturday, Sunday. I probably won't fly with them, maybe, but I may go by and watch them, but nobody else on our channel. Now let me get me back to my channel. I'm trying to change Discord, not. Now we need to move this again. Back over to, I'm going to take it around this time to 170. I said 170 would be passing, didn't I? When we pass this time, we're passing the airport. 170 on my HSI's between that and 180 or 170 right off my right wing. So I'll be parallel the airport when I go by. And I still, well, I got a glide slope. So now I know where I'm at and I know I'm far enough out. So all I gotta do is get past it and turn around. But that'll probably come down and go back up while I pass. But the glide slope at the top, so I'm not too high and I'm not too close. As soon as we get to the airport on the backside, also we start looking for a way to get in there. Runway heading is, like I say, 199, so it's actually going to be off to my right, which we don't get no further away. We won't have to pass much. Wind's hard on my autopilot, shaking me like, is it go ahead and make it turn itself off? So far, everything's fine. I'm gonna make it dead south as we come around now. And 20 more degrees and we'll be turning in. We start moving away here in just a very few minutes. We don't have to move away, we can circle the airport. There's your airport right there, probably. No, that ain't it. It's one, but not the one we... It should be in sight, though, to be honest with you. Hadn't thought too much about it. I ain't worried about it being or not being in sight. The only thing be wrong is I picked up a wrong signal, but everything, it and the ILS are working together, so I doubt seriously I'm wrong. But that could be a fact, because not knowing exactly where I'm at. Well, we got the map to go by though. And Chattanooga, like I said, right off my right wing. That's where I was headed for. What I've been calling it. And see the runway heading there up this way. Now back inside the plane. I can't tell where I'm at out here. At this point, I said I could turn it straight out of runway heading, but well, we have lost our glide slope, which means one of two things: we're crossing over, or we've gotten too far away. But that's all right too. If that's right, we could start working into that right there right now. But do I need to move this to here though? Make sure I got it where I want it. Right there, and I'm fixing to turn to a heading of 150. On kind of we lost the glide slope, I'm turning to a heading of 150. But I think I'm far enough out to take care of that. And this right here right now is 180 from me. I'm trying to pick the glide slope back up, is what I'm trying to do. Or get around in front of this where I can 150 flying. There it is, we just picked it back up, see? Now we don't want it to come down past halfway before we get on it. Even if I turn straight across the bar to get away from it. Right now we're put 30-degree angle of attack on the localizer. Well, that's what it says. I'm going to put a little more angle of attack because I don't want to get too close to the airport before I find it. So I'm going to come on around another 10 or 15 degrees or so. Right along there. Now let's hold that and see what we got. Oh, we're waiting on the localizer bar to move. And this right here tells me the airport is right now between 180 and 185 from me. 190, 195. No, that's right, 180, 185. South is 180. My mind's not doing right there. And there's 100 and 199 is right along in there. And this bar, the upper bar on the left, it is set on the runway. It should be right. And I'm working toward the bar pretty steep. Trying to hold our glide slope on but above me until we get the localizer moving. Once it moves, the rest of it don't matter no more. But I don't want that bar to pass halfway, even if I have to come down to stay under it. Trying to get into Chattanooga. Get a room, sleep till morning, and see what happened today. Looks like the bar might have moved a little. The glide slope bar. If it moves much, I'll be turning. Oh, here we go. Localizer's coming over. Now, still hitting the approach. I'm gonna hit the localizer with the nav button because the diamond, I think the other's moving too, but just in case. And I'm gonna let it fly itself. It's gonna act a little crazy because I've got a pretty heavy angle of attack. Let it do itself. Now, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna back off on the, well, I'm not gonna back off. I'm gonna lower one level of flaps right now so I can slow the plane and let it take care of itself. Don't sweat the small stuff, just fly the plane. But the glide slope is coming down. I like to see it active before I turn the other on. It is active. So I could turn it on right now, so I'm gonna go to the approach, because both of them is active. Approach is on. Now it's up to the bird to find the airport. I'm gonna drop another level of flaps. Now I'm down to 2 levels. It'll quit swerving whenever it localizes itself. or this local right now. Now I'm gonna stay at this level of flaps and speed roughly. A little more won't hurt nothing. Until I want to make sure we maintain our altitude until the glide slope turns the light out. Once it starts down, then I'm go fully dirty and come in full stall landed. As far as I'm concerned, suits me fine. Alright, we're still doing pretty good on speed. This one here don't matter no more. The reason it's not nailed to narrowed line is because I've got it on VOR, and the VOR is not dead in line. It's just close enough to me to get me where I wanted to be, and it did. But right there, now it's the glide slope is on it now in this line. The altitude light's not out yet, but anytime now, the bar is starting to center. I'm going fully dirty right now, full flaps. I'm going to maintain around 85 knots. This should pick itself back up and straighten out here. Altitude lights out. I'll be slow down to about 80. Now I can also, the altitude's high enough here that I can leave a little mixture, but I'm going to bring it down to about like it right there and leave just a little bit on kind of the altitude of the runway. You're supposed to go full ridge, but if your altitude's got any altitude at all, you can leave a little, won't hurt it. In fact, if you got very much altitude, you got to leave a little. Don't want idle when you stop, you die. I'm slowing down. Flap full. Airspeed trying to stable it on about 80, 85, between 80 and 90. So I'm headed for just below that black line and in the green. Alright. Let me get my speed right now. Now I'm going to raise it up and look over the plane. And I'll bring this back up where I can see the gauges. I'd like to see the autopilot enough to turn it off and know when I turn it off. Excuse me. We're on glide slope. We're lined both ways. Everything is perfect. Hands off. Throttle is holding pretty good. Maybe losing a little. I may have just a touch of throttle. I mean, a very wiggle. I believe I added too much. I've heard the engines change. And as you go down this slope, because it'll get faster too sometimes, so you have to keep. It looked like I was slow, but it might have been all right. I see the runway in sight. Should be mine. Going into Chattanooga. That ain't where we set out for, but that's where we're going to end up. I'm going to leave it dark until we get settled down. Because I could have changed the day anytime I wanted to. But since the way it worked out, actually I earlier set it on dawn, but I went in and out to every time and then come back and set it itself, and I didn't never check it. That's where it was late we left. I was trying to set it for dawn, but I had to mess with my OBS. It had it where it was repeating itself through the OBS back onto the screen and picking it back up as a second recording and getting a double talk. I did if you check the video I did with showing where I tested what that was showing I tested a 4 terabyte NVMe that I just put in my machine that I'm running right now. It's 4 terabytes. It's A data was $700 a couple of weeks ago, and it went down to a couple of hundred. And I on sale they said for a week, so I went on, jumped the gun and got it. When the sale went out, they didn't lower the price. I raised the price, just ma'am. What happened? Like somebody, but I had two of them. One of them on my phone. I work for them. They were in town. One guy on the yeah, but he, I think what they were for class. I'm home about that one. He is from the earth. They were there on the way. You know, all the time I heard from Mike that it was on Mike. He had said that. Your mama son? Well, I got just a few minutes to land this plane. I'm looking right down the road. Excuse me for the interruption, but my son called and chatting about. I'd gotten interrupted talking to him the other day and forgot he was on the phone. Left him hanging there. After a while, he hung up. But anyway, I had to carry the phone in the other room. The plane's on autopilot. I'm not touching nothing anyway. And it's coming down the barrel pack. Be getting ready to turn the autopilot off in a few minutes. Airspeed a little high. Let me slow it down just a bit. At this point, I can actually slow down a little extra. But I won't get too much though. I still want to stay 80 or better at this point. I want it to hold its altitude, hold its glide slope. Get too slow and it'll ease under that glide slope. You don't want that. This is Microsoft. That guy just moved his plane to the runway in front of me, I do believe. Don't care. In here, you can't hurt the road. They got a picture where if you run over somebody, when you come together, they just disappear and they pass each other. His disappears for me and mine disappears for him. That's the way they got it worked out for collisions. Gonna kind of be in all them names out there are real people playing Flight Simulator right now here in Tennessee and the edge of Georgia. Where we at on the speed? Too slow. A little too slow. I didn't mean to get quite that slow. I'm not hurting, but it's a little slower than I'd like to be at this point. It's telling me that I don't do ATC. Cut that off. Telling me prepare for landing and all this stuff. I've been flying this thing ever since before that ATC man quit wearing diapers. A little bit more speed there. Don't need too much of it, but I don't want too slow either. A lot of times some downdrafts right here next to the runways. These mountains on both sides of us here, sort of humps or bumps. All right, turn off the autopilot. I have control, I hope. Seems to have. Maybe a little windy or something here, we don't watch. All right, slow it down a little more. Sort of leaning on me there. Flare a little. Come on, quit swerving. Flare. Flare. Full stall landing. We're down. I don't know where to park. Don't worry about it. All I want to do is get out of the plane. Still in the runway. Here we go, right here. We'll take his turn. Which I don't know where I'm going, don't matter. We'll park it over here and call it a day. Sometimes they don't work. I'm sure the problem that we had tonight was due to the fact that FSX or FSX Flight Simulator Microsoft hasn't finished their job. That's the reason we couldn't find it. I'll test it later. So I bet my bottom dollar on it. That's what it was. Them two signals didn't come on. Actually, three. Neither one of them come across there. Just the big airports. The little ones didn't come on that time. And anyway, let's get this right here. I'm gonna put the brakes on. Get away with this. And we're gonna come down here and take care of this. Cut this off, and this off. Cut this off. Ooh, turn it back on. There we go. Then we're going to turn this off before we turn the power off, before we still see. There we go. Now if there's the only light there, it won't die. A little clock light or whatever. There we go. We're down and happy. And go outside the plane. I didn't quite get off the taxiway, but it don't matter. Everything's alright. Didn't try to find a place to park. I just want to park this thing, walk off, and leave it for tomorrow. I'll tie it down right here. And anyway, that's it. This is Town Dog, and I'll be gone. Goodbye, and I'll catch y'all later. We'll fly into it one of these days for long, or do something, hunt or something. I don't know what I'll do next, but I'll do something. I'm going to be gone bye-bye and catch y'all later. Let's see if I can turn this thing off.